YouTube, this is HK58. I'm going to talk about a few videos, a few cards I created. That'd be kind of cool to see made into actual cards. Obviously, they're not real. Any of the pictures I don't own. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. These are all my removal cards I made. I made 19 of them, so I'm going to go through them really quick. Wasp Stinger, I can see this being just a 2 damage to target non-green, non-artifact creature, mainly because the Wasp Stinger, if it's like a big, huge wasp, it's not going to do anything to really artifact type, metal-ish type bodies. And non-green, just, it's not really going to attack a tree, but, I was like, hey, why not? So I went and made this card. So it's a two green, it's a green version of a shock with kind of a terror effect to it, where it's non-green, non-artifact. Undead Chaos, just a zombie removal. One of my few zombie removals I have. Destroy target non-zombie creature, return it a zombie with a convert mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. I can see where some people may say this might be better as a 3 mana, 3 colorless and a 2 black, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to make an instant 4 mana removal that also brings back something. Stab from Behind is just a go for the throat with split second. So why not destroy target non-artifact creature with split second? If any time split second comes back, it'd be kind of a cool card to see created for it. Sonic Boom, 1 and a colorless, one of the colorless spells I created. Deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and this damage can be doubled or prevented. So it kind of works both ways. So I was like, why not? Just it's a colorless removal for some colorless decks. I could also say where it can make sense to have it a 1 and a colorless for 3 damage, but it could go either way. Especially since there's a lot of like Incinerate, 1 in red for 3 damage. It's not too powerful. But this for a colorless deck, if it was actually 3 damage, it might actually make a little more sense. Snakebite. I can also see this being just a colorless and 2 green. I just went like this just to be a safe route. If I ever had a chance to show it off, which I kind of am now, it would make sense to... I just wanted to actually make it to where green has a little bit more removal. Green just suffers from removal like white suffers from card draw. And I'm supporting it in ways where it makes sense, like a Snakebite or a Wasp Stinger kind of effect, because they have some of those type of cards, but they're not as powerful. Like the one Hornet Stinger or something, 1 green to deal 1 damage to our creature or player. It's like, let's see some more support in that. Another green removal. Destroy target non-green flying creature, can't be regenerated for 1 green. Shards of Nature, boom. So I thought, hey, why not? It's a 1 mana, instant speed flying removal. So yeah. Scalding Water. This one's kind of a different one. Scald is already a card. I don't remember what it does. I don't have it right off. But also, I thought of this card being similar to one of the newer generation of Pokemon where they have Scald as a water move that burns. So I was like, here you go. Let's make a hybrid. It is rare, and it's just a hybrid blue or red shock effect. I know, and I put it as rare because you don't ever see blue having a shock effect, even though it would kind of support some of the mono blue decks and with some certain decks, a way to shock a creature or even a player. Maybe it is a little over the beaten path, but hey, it's something worth to try. Purifying Blast, 2 white. I was gonna say 2 blue. 2 white. Destroy target zombie, werewolf, vampire, skeleton, and then it can be regenerated. I thought, hey, why not? A cool 2 mana. Let's just destroy one of these creatures. Purge the Undead. It's a 1 white. And another one of those, destroy target zombie, skeleton, or vampire. Even though I like zombies and skeletons, but I thought it's always kind of nice to actually have that type of removal for certain creature types, where it's 1 or 2 mana and it's not going to be like over the top destroy effect. And yeah, the rarities make sense to where they are. Paralyzing Zap, a red, deal 2 damage to target creature or player. And then if damage is dealt to a creature, it can't be prevented. So it's a way to like get around any sort of, well, not protection obviously, but any way to protect against any cards that go, oh, I'm going to prevent damage to that. Not this shock. Nature's Flame, just another one little 1 mana shock, deals 2 damage to target creature without flying, red, or if you paid green, it shocks a flyer. Miasma Cloud, this is the Pyroclasm for black. I've always liked to see this kind of card, and the added effect of you lose 2 life can be very helpful, especially against indestructible type cards. Miasma Cloud really hits home. And it actually can kill, weaken creatures. Worst case, if they really did make a black version of Pyroclasm, they may make it -0, -2 to kill off the toughness. Lay Siege. Instant speed red, destroy target creature with defender, target wall, or target artifact creature. So it's just one of those little filler removals for red, because sometimes they have one that says destroy target creature, a wall, or creature with defender, or anything, or destroy target artifact creature. Boom. So this one's is a multi-purpose one. Forest Ensnaring Branches. I know I kind of got this idea from Anger of Gods, but hey, why not? Maybe it could be called Nature's Ensnaring Branches, but just deals 3 damage to each creature with flying, and whenever a creature would die, exile it instead. So it's green's Anger of Gods, but for flyers. Enchanted Strike. 1 red. This one I made another version for artifacts as well. Enchanted Strike deals 2 damage to target creature. If it's an enchantment, it deals 4 damage to it instead. There's in the old Mirrodin block, there was a card similar to this for destroying an artifact. If it was an artifact creature, instead of shocking them, it dealt 4 damage to them. This one I did that as well, but I also made it to where it would also lose indestructibility. I could see where they could always get these. I could have saw this kind of card in Theros block to at least give you some sort of answer to the gods. So like some sort. Just for playability purposes. And that's why I created this one. As well as the other one that I have. Oh, it's right here. The next one, Disassembling Strike. It's 2 damage target creature. If it's an artifact, it does 4 instead. If the permanent was indestructible, you may have it lose indestructible. It's not indestructible anymore. So like I said, they're just similar cards where I could see them in some sort of set or block. Crush the Underworld. Destroy target creature land. It's not target land, it's target creature land. So if they ever add more creature lands in the future, like Mutavault, etc., and you really need a good answer to some deck that actually runs a ton of creature lands, crush the Underworld. Boom. Destroy target creature land. They could be called Crush of the Underworld. That might make more sense, but yeah, that's the name I got for it. Chaotic Strike deals 4 damage to target creature or player at random. So you can deal 4 damage to yourself. That's the downside, unless you have Shroud, not hexproof, because it still gets through the hexproof part because it's your spell. Chaotic Strike is a cool little random card that is risky, especially if your opponent has like a bunch of 1/1s. You're like, oh, I'll just kill the 1/1. Artificial Sacrifice, just an artifact, a black way to deal with artifacts. You pay 3 life and target player sacrifices an artifact. And that is the last of the removal cards I created. Let me know what you think. Would you like to see some of these created for just Magic, Commander, Legacy, Pauper, etc.? Yeah, let me know what you think, and have a wonderful day.